Hello guys and welcome to Commenge 17, where this is, I don't know if I've filmed at night before, but I don't know if this is the first time I've started a video at night. Definitely the first time I've started a video at this hour. I got up pretty early for the overland, but not this early. It's currently not even 6:30 AM. I'm at Boronia station because today we're catching the train to Swan Hill. And, well, the V-Line timetabler's last priority was making it convenient for a day trip to Swan Hill to catch the train, because the train trip is so long that it's nearly impossible to do it within one day. So yeah, we're gonna do it anyway, because soon we won't be able to do it on the comfort of an end set, and instead we'll have to ride on velocities if we ever want to do it again. I don't know when exactly, they haven't announced it, but I'm sure it won't be too far away that velocities will start running on Swan Hill. Now the good thing is, we get to take advantage of peak frequencies this morning, because it's not quite peak yet, but they're running at relatively high frequencies. Yeah, one every 15 minutes. Better than normal. Okay, this train's running on time, which is good, because my connection's only 11 minutes for the train at Swan Hill. I mean, the train at Southern Cross to Swan Hill. The connection there is only 11 minutes. Which doesn't make me the most comfortable. Yeah, the sun actually hasn't risen yet. Like, it's clear where it's going to rise from. The sky isn't quite black still. Yeah, there's only a celestial body in the sky currently, is the moon. Trust me when I say it looks beautiful. Cameras and moons don't go well together. Unless you've got a really good camera, then they work fine. Not this one. Now let's hope I can control. Nope. Okay. Let's hope I can English today. But I did wake up at 5:30 AM for this, and the normal time I get up for train video days is like 8 to generally like 9 AM, but 8 AM if I'm feeling early. The only times I get up before 8 are when I absolutely have to, or something important, like today, doing this trip. Definitely consider that important. Important enough to get up so early for. And mainly because I'm only doing it once. I'm not, I could go back to Swan Hill some other time, but if I enjoy it, or if I find some other reason to go there. But I don't need to once I've done this, as long as I get good time-lapse footage. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you when the train comes. He says, as a very different train comes. Actually, people getting off this train at Boronia at 6:30 in the morning, not even. was loud. Alright, I'll see you when my train comes. Okay. When I say see you when the train comes, I don't always mean it. I'm just watching the sky change colour in real time. You might not be able to tell, but it's a lot pinker than when I last looked at it. Sun update. Now there's yellow. I'm trapped in a trench. What can I say? I can't see the sunrise. But it looks like it's actually properly risen now, so I actually did miss sunrise. Oh. Well, we'll see it when it's just barely risen. I'll probably film something about the sun. This is all I'm gonna get to see, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see. Okay, now sunrise. Race over to our platform because my train's scheduled to depart in 11 minutes. Oh, okay, we're filming in Portugal. What's that? There we go. It's highly unlikely to be 60%.
Good morning, customers. Your next service
I think my way too many trains going. It's 15 and 16.
Your next service is across the platform 9, which means the 7 service Boronia, stopping all stations to Footscray, 5 to be moved. And always remember,
Okay, I don't know where I'm going now. I've got 8 minutes. This is going to be a long train trip. Okay, doesn't look like Boronia started yet, so it's good. There's a good time. Yeah. Okay. I just saw the XPT. Oh yeah, let's do that. I can't get. See right there, the Melbourne Sydney XPT. That would have been a night train. Almost people on that are just waking up because yeah, that's going to turn around and become the day Melbourne to Sydney train. Currently it's the night Sydney to Melbourne train.
Attention, B9 customers. The 7:39 Swan Hill service is now
So get on now.
This service will be stopping at Gisborne, Woodend, Kyneton, Castlemaine, Kangaroo Flat, Bendigo, Eagleport, Dindi, Pyramid, Kerrang, Swan Hill.
So, it's on the seat over there. Okay, now we've reached our seat, so from your perspective at least, now I'll start the time lapse. And I'm on the wrong side of the train, I believe. How did that happen? Seems I'm on the left side when it should be on the right. Well, that's fine. Still be on a different side the way back, I believe. Hopefully. Hopefully. Safe. Okay, now we're at Swan Hill. Now we'll be up the front on the way back. Yeah. So. Yeah. This is the... I don't know for certain. So. Anyway, let's have a look at the loco. Oh, this set's running with a power van. Actually, definitely sounds like one. Yeah. And only one loco. I know that sometimes they run multiple locos. This one's only got one. It's 4, 6, 7. Now, I have no idea if I'll be on the right side of the thing, of the train. Time-lapse the direction I want. I hope I am. I have confirmed that I will be on the wrong side of the train, which is annoying. I'll still time-lapse it, but yeah, it's annoying not getting the correct side. Okay, while I, oh, okay. There's a piece of rail embedded in the ground. Is that just a little bit cut off the end, or did they shove a whole long piece of rail into it? Apparently the Murray River's right there. Like, literally through those trees. So I might have a quick look at that. I don't know. Got about like 40 minutes before, maybe a little less, before I want to be back at the station. Maybe a little less. But yeah, what to do? Let's go do a quick walk around and see if we can find the Murray River. Okay, this is a level crossing. You can see the station's right down there. But the reason why the line continues is because this is actually, well, like many lines in Victoria, it continues much further on as freight than it does as passenger rail. Okay, so now, after this level crossing, we've already reached the river. It's literally right here. Let's go on this bridge. Yeah, so this river is the state border between Victoria and New South Wales. So technically somewhere around here. I think this is the border. Yeah. It's the river. Oh, okay. Technically, I believe I'm technically in New South Wales already. This is the New South Wales part of the border, despite me very much being on one side of the river still. Yeah. So yeah, this river goes all the way, all the way along the Victoria-New South Wales state border, and then it continues into South Australia. Most notably going through Murray Bridge, which is a town that the Overland stops at. And as you'll know, we went on the Overland recently. In fact, much more recently for me than for you guys, because when I went on it only 2 weeks ago. Oh, maybe it will be around the same. Not even 2 weeks ago for me. Whereas there'll be a few videos between that video and this one because of how eventful that less than 2 weeks was. Yeah, so this side's not as populated as the other side, it seems. No. Yeah, the Murray River. It's pretty wide. Alright, I'll head back now. See you back at the station, probably. Might grab some food. Yeah. Saw a sign for like Aldi, so maybe I'll just grab something for the shop. Yeah. Just like bag of chips and a drink. I could find an entrance readily available to these shops. Is this Aldi? Is this a school? Can't tell. Is that Aldi? What's that? What's that? I don't know. Alright, I got some Skittles and I would have gotten some smaller lemonade, but they didn't do them. I wanted a lemonade. Got a small Skittles. Got a 4-hour trip. I'm sure I'll get a trip. Alright, back to the station. Now, you may have, if you remember my Warrnambool video, you may remember that the time-lapse going both ways was on the same side of the train. Despite me obviously wanting both time-lapses to be different. That was caused by me trying to get it the right way, but then something went wrong with the tickets or something. I think it's down to the V-Line website, but either way, I got the wrong side of the train one way and the correct side the other. Oh my god, Google Assistant just destroyed my rant. I have no idea how much of that was cut out. What I was saying was that, I don't even know. Basically, I'm filming this on the same side of the train both ways and I'm upset about it. Yeah. Let's go. It seems they're boarding now, so I'll get on now. Oh, that's annoying, but it's better than nothing, I guess, but no. I'd prefer to be on opposite sides of the train, but that's not happening. Anyway. Yeah, I guess we gotta get on the train now. I believe my seat is A28. Now on the train. It seems some people got confused about reserved carriages and boarded the wrong carriage. That's delayed boarding, but otherwise,
That was coming in.
now we're good.
Happens every trip.
We've just played the tennis tournament.
Oh, did you?
Right, now I'm set up to go, so yeah. See you after the time-lapse back in Melbourne. to a signal failure. It seems the train's not allowed to proceed currently. So I think I might just get off here and change for a Werribee train to the city. Yeah, okay, so it seems they really don't know how long they're going to be here, so I have to change. So we're going to have to go to one platform over to platform 5 and catch a Werribee train. So the bright side, we get to see these metro tunnel test trains. That's cool. Yeah, that's an unfortunate end. At least we got this far back to the city. Unlike that one time we went to Geelong and was stuck there for an hour. We got close enough that there's even alternate routes running anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, this has been... Well, this is not the end of the video, but yeah, that's the end of my trip on the NZ. I doubt this will be the last time I ride an NZ. Or I hope it isn't. But, yeah, I mean... It's a pretty big thing that I've done today, so I'm probably not doing that again anytime soon. They don't run these on any other line, so yeah. Well, if you're willing to catch a train that's running, you're not allowed to catch metro tunnel test trains are running more frequency than anything else. Yeah, these are the escalators that speed up when you step into sleep mode. Yeah, so let's catch a train. Oh, wait, we have to... I'm not tapped on. Yeah, I'm technically not tapped. Actually, where are we? Mike? Oh, okay. Mike is down there. Okay. The other platform's working fine. The outlets facing the platform. We're on arrivals, which is having a problem. It seems rather to surface. But the Frankston, the Werribee cross-city lines operating fine. There's some lines obviously down to the metro, but the cross-city lines operating fine. So, yeah, we just catch a Frankston train in the city. Let's use the right side of the things. Let's try and retrieve my key in a few hours. Get the exits. Looks like people are actually... You can actually see our train already because the Frankston, the cross-city line is a very straight stretch, so you can actually see the whole next station from here. Yeah, you can see 4 signals in that direction. There, there's 2 there. So let's get on this train. We'll catch it to Southern Cross, I think. Yeah. Oh, Comenge. Is that Comenge or a C? Can't tell yet. Comenge. Catch this to Southern Cross. Right, now we're at Southern Cross. gonna go grab something for dinner because of how it's dinner time. Then yeah, then I'm gonna catch a train back home. This is the end of the Swan Hill trip, I guess, technically. Getting back to Boronia. That's funny. I started this trip when the sun hadn't come up yet. I've ended it after the sun now. Long day. Sorry for the transition back to handheld camera, like a little jarring from the thing that I use, but I just want to highlight. Wyndham Vale's 2 words. They even show it correctly there. Also, Swan Cross Station looks interesting at night. Or really, is it night? Is it evening? I don't know. Also, there's a lot of people. Well, I guess it's because it's peak hour. So near peak. There's a lot of people at 5, 6. Anyway, I'll stop using this unless I fill into it again. I'm sure I've already induced 5 people to vomit now, so... Next Belgrade train is actually a bit earlier, not 20 minutes late. So I'll actually get an earlier train now. This is good, that's nice. It's nice when I get a good video. See you at Ringwood this time because it's so late. Okay, now we're at Ringwood. I'll stop before I open the doors. Alright, so, yeah, this was probably the longest single day train adventure I've done, or at least definitely up there, starting at 5:30 and ending at 8 PM. No, it's not 8 PM quite yet, but it will be past 8 when I get home, so woke up at 5:30 AM this morning. Yeah, it was great. Got to see the Swan Hill Line, got to ride in NZ again. Yeah, I'll see you next time.